The Juki 2200 Virtuoso frame is really awesome and we love it. We'd like to show you one way of pinning a quilt on that might make it easier for you. It's a lot easier if you center your quilt on the frame, so we mark the center of the quilt with a pin. Now pin your quilt back to the quilt back rail. Always do this from the front of the frame. Kathy has already started pinning from the center out to the left. She has her pins in a magnetic tray. These are really nice because they can stick to your frame rails if you have a steel frame. If you notice, Kathy pins so that the pins almost touch. When you put the next pin in, the point of the pin almost touches the head of the previous pin. When pinning to your take-up leader, it's easier if you do it from the back side of the frame so that your pin heads will be on the right side of the leader when you need to take it off. Don't forget to take your center pin out that's marking your center. Now it's time to roll your quilt up on the quilt back rail. As you roll it, just keep an eye on it, make sure it's smooth, make sure that it rolls on straight. And then after you get it where you want it, you can snug it up a little bit. You can see those pins are up on top where they need to be. And just smooth it out. Kathy uses the quilt back as a little table, so it gives her a place to put the quilt top as she's pinning it to the leader. Again, just match the edge of the quilt to the edge of the leader. Roll the quilt top up on the quilt top rail to get it out of the way so that you can put your batting on. The batting rests right on the quilt back, just like it's a little work table. Align it right up to the edge of the leader. After you have it aligned, you'll want to make sure it's all smooth, so it should look pretty much like this. Tuck the batting over the quilt top rail, and then throw your quilt top up onto the layers and pin it on. You want to make sure that you use your center pin mark on the center there. If it's not centered, then you need to make sure that you adjust it. There's the center point of the frame rails where they meet, and you want it to match up with your pin. The quilt top gets laid up on top of the batting and the backing so that you're ready to stabilize it to your quilt back. You'll want to put a couple pins in, maybe not as close as I did here, but then you go and you'll stitch right along that top edge to fasten your quilt top to the back, and that's how it's done. Thanks for watching.